To many people, getting rich is like actually a mirage, or is like a distant dream that cannot come into reality. It's like getting rich is like, you know, a camel, going through the needle. So the process to most people is that the process of getting rich is actually very cumbersome, very difficult, very tedious, very hard. And because of this, a lot of people actually belong to the majority who constitute the hopoloi, or the have-nots, or the impoverished in our society. This is not supposed to be the case. So, to most people, getting rich is actually a distant dream. It's like a dream and a mirage. But in this topic, we are going to discuss about how to build your wealth from nothing, so that that mirage, or that utopia, or that dream that you think is not possible can become a reality. Getting rich is, of course, very difficult, but if you actually follow this process from the beginning to the end, you will see that getting rich, it actually was very easy, and not as tedious as most people actually make other people to believe. Now, have you ever counted thousands in your life? Have you ever counted hundreds of thousands? Have you actually counted millions? If you belong to that category, you can actually signify in my comment section if I've actually counted millions before. A lot of people have actually not counted this money in their life. Right from the time they were born, right to this very moment or period, a lot of people have not counted that kind of money. And unfortunately, a lot of people are actually weighed down by debt, by loans, credit card, buy now, pay later, and all these mortgage loans from financial institutions. And unfortunately, they are sinking every day. It looks as if there is no way out of this ugly situation. Most people are actually highly indebted. They are indebted to financial mortgage institution, to banks, to buy now, pay later, to easy buys, and what to credit card loan and credit card facilities, and the rest of them. And unfortunately, they are sinking every day. It baffles them when they see and they actually hear about millionaires and billionaires. When you mention the Elon Musk, when you mention the Warren Buffett, when you mention Bill Gates, when you mention a lot of these great men like Dangote, Aliko Dangote, when you mention this man that owns a Globacom, his name has not occurred to me, but he owns a Globacom. If you know that name, comment in my comment section. So they actually, it baffles them. They are actually very flabbergasted, and they are actually baffled, and they are actually surprised. And because of that, they develop that kind of an hatred or dislike for most of these people. To most people, they see them as being very lucky, or they see them as being born with a silver spoon, and that makes them to have a lot of money. That is, they actually inherited a lot of money from their parents, from one generation to the other. Just like when we discussed that poverty can be generational for one generation to the other. So a lot of people dream of buying mansions, they dream of buying expensive or their dream cars, they dream of going on their vacation, they dream of so many things. But unfortunately, this thing is actually an utopia to most of them, because they cannot actually realize this dream. So to most people, money is a taboo. Money is evil. They will tell you that the root of money is, the love of money is actually the root of all evil. So because that they see money as a taboo, they see money as evil, that's something that one should not acquire in his life. So a lot of people dream of these mansions, buying expensive cars or their dream cars, or going on vacation. But unfortunately, because of the mortgage, because of the debt they are actually highly indebted into, these dreams can actually not be realized. Now, we are in a capitalistic system or a free market economy. And like I told you the last time, I said the system has been programmed or rigged to favor those that are actually financially educated. So if you want to break away from the debacle, if you want to break away from the chains, from the from that thing that actually hinders you from actually becoming a millionaire or a billionaire, then you need what we call financial education. So the system has been actually rigged, or it has been made in a way that those that can actually prosper or survive or become wealthy in this system are actually those that have financial education. And that is why I always emphasize what I call financial education every time. Financial education is very, very important. So the system has been rigged to favor the few in the society at the expense of the majority. So the question is, are you in the majority or you are actually in the minority? The choice is actually yours. But I am in the minority. And that's why you must not always follow the majority if you actually wanted to survive in this capital system or in this capitalist concept, or the idea about money being a taboo or something that you should not have is actually a wrong conception. Money is not evil. Money is not the root of all evil. Money is not a taboo. Money is what every man or woman should desire in their life. So for you to get yourself out of this ugly situation or this ugly misconception or misinterpretation or misinformation, you need to demystify that fact that money is not evil. Money is not a taboo. So there is an equation to how to make money or how to make money work for you. So these are the things I am going to talk about in this topic on how to build your wealth from nothing to something. There is actually an equation to the way money works. There is a side to the coins that you are not being shown or being told about in the society. So the situation is that this information is only limited to only few people in the society, and the majority of people do not have access to this information. And that is why in this video I am going to give you this information. Now, you do not need to abandon your dreams, or you do not need to abandon your aspiration of buying your watch or living in a mansion or buying your dream car or going on a vacation. There's actually a way out. The road to wealth or becoming a millionaire or a billionaire is actually very tough and very, very rough, and it is also filled with a lot of struggles. Only a few people will actually make it to the very end, at the end of the road. But at the end, there is always wealth and abundance as well as freedom for those that actually can enjoy it from the beginning to the very, very end. So making wealth is not very, very, very easy. So building wealth from something to something great, I'll be looking at some factors which I'm going to quickly enumerate and explain for you so that I can be able to understand what we mean by building your wealth from nothing to something. Now, number one is that you are being fed with a lot of lies. A lot of lies. People will tell you that for you to be able to be rich, you have to be ritualistic, you have to be fraudulent, you have to be corrupt, you have to be deceitful, you have to be exploitative, you have to have the tendency to cheat your fellow human being. So these are the lies that people have been fed with, and unfortunately most people are very, very gullible to this misinformation, to this misconception, to this misinterpretation of what money is all about. So there is a lot of lies, there is a lot of false information about what money is all about. So you have been fed with a lot of lies. So you need to understand that money is influenced by our upbringing and the environment. Your upbringing and your environment will actually determine the perception or the way you actually see money. Now, if you have been born in a family that is not rich enough, or that is, that is in the lower class, you are most probably to be inclined to believe that you cannot have money, because most people that grew up from this particular level of social stratification, most of their parents are unable to afford them the basic necessities of life, and they grow up with this conception, with this information, that since their parents are actually poor, they can also be poor, or they are going to be poor because they come from a very poor background. Then they are going to be poor as well. So this is a misinformation, this is the misconception, this is a false information. So the environment you grow in will actually determine your perception about money. So also school does not help in the matter. We go to school from primary school to secondary schools to university to masters to PhD, so to professorship. You read from one place, you get the certificate and the rest of them. But unfortunately, the educational system does not teach you how to make money. It doesn't teach you the principles of money. It does not teach you how to make money. So the school does not teach you the principle of money, in which people can actually make money, and because of that, they do not have the basic understanding on how money actually work. So as a result of this, people have false knowledge about money, and that is what we want to demystify in these teachings. Now, a lot of people see the wealthy as evil, as being backstabbing and also corrupted individual. But unfortunately, a lot of these wealthy people that you see in the society today, about 80-something% of them, or maybe 75% of them, are self-made millionaires. They are self-made millionaires. Can you see? Just go and Google it. Go and find out from the internet. You will discover that most of these people that you call billionaires and millionaires today, they are actually self-made. Only few of them inherited wealth from their parents, and these people, they include what? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is an example. You have Harvard shoes, is also an example. You have Oprah Winfrey, is also an example of these people. You also have Jeff Bezos. You have Elon Musk. You have Sarah Barkley. You have a lot of these guys. They are all self-made millionaires. So that conception, that belief that people that are wealthy are actually born with a silver spoon, or they are lucky, or they are fraudulent, or they are corrupt, is a misinformation that you have been fed with. So most billionaires that we have, that are constituting the majority in percentage of people that are billionaires today, 75 to 80% of them are self-made billionaires. Can you see? So what are you waiting for? You can achieve this thing as well. So your equation about money all around all this while has been very, very wrong. You have been told that money is what is equal to salary earned from a job. That is what people always tell you, that the equation about money, that money is what is equal to the salary earned. That is, when you are talking about money is achieved based on what? On the on the context of what? Of the salary that you have actually earned, based on the services you have actually provided. That is a misconception as well. It's a misconception that what that salary is, money is equal to salary earned. Do you see that? So most people, because of this, they depend mostly or majorly on their salary. And unfortunately, if you belong to this category of people that actually depend on your salary for survival, it is going to be very, very difficult. Don't forget, if you have been following my lectures right from the day one, I've been talking about what? Investment. I've been talking about investment. I've been talking about what? Entrepreneurship. So what we're talking about what is entrepreneurship. So money being equal to salary earned is what is a misconception. So as a result of this prospect of getting a job becomes a preoccupation of most people. And that is why, unfortunately, when people get this job, they can only feed and they can only spend the money. There is no room for investment. That is not to mean that you cannot have a savings, but unfortunately, most people that are earning salaries today are paid what we call starvation wages. Starvation wages. What a tragedy. The rich will keep getting richer and the poor will keep getting poorer. So this equation to wealth creation is totally wrong. However, there is one precious, indispensable, very important resources that surpass them all. That resource is actually time. The amount of money you have is dependent on the amount of time you put into your job. Millionaires have a better understanding of money than most people don't have. Time is very, very, very important and indispensable. Number 2, the truth about money and wealth. You see, the need to stop chasing money in order to be wealthy is very, very important. So I'm talking about number 2 now, the truth about money and wealth. Now, for you to be wealthy, you need to stop chasing money. You need to stop chasing money. That is a situation most people find themselves in. You are paid in proportion to your perceived value that you actually have. So for you to be able to create wealth, you need what we call value. Those that perceive values are the market. You see, the market is those that actually perceive value or give value to an individual. And what is the value that we're talking about here? We're talking about the fact that the value you have in you will determine how the market will source for your value. So the market includes your family, your neighbors, your friends, and even your country. So you need to create value for yourself. So there must be a market for your value. You see, there must be a market for value for people to spend their money on. Now, what we're saying there is that when you create value for yourself, then people can actually spend their money on you. So if the demand for value is high, you are paid generously. You are paid generously. You see now, you are paid there generously. So stop chasing money. But rather create value for yourself so that people can buy into your value and pay for your value. It is not about how hard work you work, but for your value. Some people say I'm very hardworking. It's not all about your hard working. You can work for money, you can work for 15 hours, 24 hours in a day. It is nobody's business. If you don't have that value, you will be paid less. Do you see? You'll be paid less. You will not earn more. So those that have values are actually those that create wealth in the society. So if you don't have value, you cannot create wealth. So if you want money, you need to solve a problem. If you actually want money, you should be in a position to solve a problem. If you solve a problem, money will be thrown at you. So billionaires that you see today, whether Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or Bill Gates and the rest of them, they actually solve problems. Are you solving problems? Do you look for problems? Some people say, I want problems. Those things that people always say, I want problems. But unfortunately, those people don't understand the meaning of that word, I want problems. Now, what we're saying here is that you need to be able to solve a problem in a society for you to be able to create a value for yourself. So you must look for a problem in the society. You must look for areas in which people actually need your services, where you can solve a problem and create a solution to the problem. So when you create a solution to the problem, money will be thrown to you generously because you will be rewarded favorably, positively. So if you are looking for money, you should also be looking for a problem and giving a solution to it. When you give a solution, it will make people to give money to you because you have been able to create what we call a solution. So number one, for you to be able to create wealth, you must look for a problem in the society, and you must look for a solution to that problem. Then that is where you can now create what we call a market value, when you can be paid generously for offering solutions to a problem. Now imagine someone like a Dangote is into rice, sugar, and the rest of them. Is creating a solution to society's need. Imagine McDonald's, imagine Microsoft, imagine Oracle, imagine all these guys, Anoa and the rest of them that are billionaires today. They are creating a solution to a problem in the society, and people are paying to the problem or the solution they are giving to the society. They are paying for the solution they are giving to the society. Do you understand now? They look for a problem that a society actually have, and they create a solution by creating what we call a value for themselves. So you must look for what the society actually needs for you to be able to create a value for yourself. Now the third one is that is a problem worth solving. A problem worth solving. Yes, a problem in the society should be worth solving for you to be able to climb up to the ladder of a billionaire or a millionaire. You must find a scale solution to a problem. So your solution must affect a lot of people positively. So scaling a solution is critical. You must implement it properly. Avoid taxing yourself everything. In other words, you should delegate responsibility for other people to function very, very well. But a lot of people always think themselves that they are superhuman being, that they have every solution to every problem. Of course, you have been able to create a solution to a problem. But in other words, now your business or your entrepreneurship is growing, your organization is growing. There is a need for you to decentralize your system. You need to delegate responsibility. You need to evolve yourself. You need to delegate responsibility to other people, because you cannot do everything. Now that you know everything, but you are not the only one that knows everything. Other people are far better than you, that know more than what you know. So what you need to do is to create avenue for other people to join your organization, for you to be able to expand your dream and be able to achieve your goals and objectives. So a problem is worth solving when you delegate a responsibility for other people to actually function effectively, because you cannot be there all the time in all the areas. You understand now? Now number 4 is what is the reward? Now that you have built your organization to what you actually wanted it to be, it is now up to you to actually decide to continue the organization or to sell the organization. Look at Facebook today. It has acquired WhatsApp. It has acquired some other organizations like that. They have been added to them. Look at PayPal and the rest of them. Some people have actually acquired them. And in the process of acquiring them, they paid a lot of money. Can you see now? Somebody actually sat down and thought that there is actually a problem in a particular society, and he was able to provide a solution, and he was able to form an organization into something big. But at the end of the day, it is now up to him to actually reward himself, whether to continue in the organization or to actually sell off that organization. And by selling off that organization, you can also make a fortune to yourself and make a lot of money for yourself. In other words, you have actually rewarded yourself. On the other hand too, you can decide to continue the process of organization by expanding beyond your horizon. Do you understand now? So there must always be a reward. Now your money or your life, which is the number 5 now. Is it your money or your life? Money is just a piece of paper. That's what you should know. Money does not have any emotion. Do you get it now? You need to understand that money is just a piece of paper. It is value. It is a value that is backed up by our belief in the value of that money. So to the wealthy, it is never about the money. Do you understand now? But about the freedom. Do you understand now? Because when you have money, when you have wealth, it comes with with freedom, it comes with liberty, it comes with independence. So all those things that you have actually wanted to acquire, like having your mansions, like having your dream car, like going on vacations, being able to not to think before you spend money, that money is not creating problem, you're not paying debt to mortgage financial institutions, to banks, credit card and the rest of them, easy buy and the rest of them. It is now up to the task where money is what is creating that value for you to be able to achieve all those things we actually wanted to achieve in your life. So in other words, when you are wealthy, you have what we call independence. It comes with freedom. It is the feeling and sensation, the ability to do whatever I wanted without a thought about your money. You understand now? Because some people, before they can spend 5 naira, they will start thinking, if I spend this 5 naira, what is going to happen next? What's going to be what happen tomorrow? If I have to spend this money, this 5 naira, I'm going to spend it for the next 5 days or 1 week. Do you understand now? But now that you are wealthy, you don't think like that again, because money is working for you. Money is actually growing for you because you have actually invested, you have actually achieved your purpose, you have actually be able to find a solution in the society, you have been able to create a solution, and you have been able to create a value for yourself. So time is of essence. So stop joking with your time. Some people, they go through the normal routine in life. You wake up, you sleep, you drink water, you wake up, you sleep, you drink water, you wake up, you sleep, you watch movies. Some people can watch movies from morning till night, and they'll keep blaming the sun, the moon for their poverty, for their upper, for their impoverishment. They keep blaming their parents, they keep blaming the enemy in the village, they keep blaming everybody for being responsible for their for their poverty. Have you ever sat down, and think about your life? You understand now? Something that you can add, that you need to create a value for the society. You need to find a problem and create a solution to the society where your value can be paid for. Have you ever thought about that? You watch movie, you only eat and eat and eat. You only sleep and sleep and sleep. You don't do anything except to eat and sleep every day. You are not creating any value. So time is of essence. Do you spend time watching TV, sleeping and eating alone? That is a wrong way of life. You don't need to be sleeping. You don't need to be watching TV all the time. You don't need to be eating all the time. You need to think. You need to have what we call a thinking room, where you will sit down every day and think about what you can actually add to your life to make your life to have a value. Do you understand now? So stop doing the same routine every day. Sleeping, waking, eating and watching movies every day. It's only a lazy man that will only do that, and those people will always blame other people for their failure. You need to take charge of your future. The future is in your hand. So stop doing the same circle you are going to retire. You understand now? So you should stop chasing money, but rather you should chase a problem. When you chase a problem, then you can be able to find a solution to the problem. There is an equation to creating money. Do you understand now? And that equation is what I've just summarized for you now. I've just explained to you now that you must need to stop chasing money. Stop chasing that money. Stop chasing money. But rather you should be able to create a value for yourself. You should chase a problem. Every society has a problem, but you must find a solution to these problems. And when you find a solution to this problem, you create value to yourself. So this is the equation to creating wealth. So time will not permit me to talk about entrepreneurship, investment and rest of them. But if you want more on these topics, I've actually discussed them in my previous videos. You see them there. They are all there for you to watch. And I can bet you, if you follow these patterns and you follow this way, you will become rich in life within a short period of time. So create value for yourself. Create value for your life. Stop chasing shadows. Stop having the wrong misconception about the rich people. Stop having misconception about money. That money is a taboo. Money is evil. Money is not evil. Money is meant to be spent, and it doesn't have any emotion. So create value for yourself. Time is of essence. Make use of your time in a very logical, tangible, productive way every day. So stop chasing money, but rather find a problem, create a solution, and make money for yourself. I believe you have actually gained something in this video. If you have actually gained something, please subscribe now. Then don't forget to leave your comment. And to our returning subscribers, we say a very big thank you to you guys. You have actually made our day. God bless you all. Till meet next time, I am David Oni, your innovative, inventive, creative, pragmatic, and David Oni. So subscribe to my channel. Till we meet next time. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.